the Logan Power Show. Welcome, everybody.
The Logan Power Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan. Definitely. So, hey, we're having some fun here. My name is Calvin Logan, the Logan Power Show. We nationwide, worldwide. We love y'all. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan. Well, you know, with me, I'm the kind of person, I am a fighter for people. I heard this testimony of this lovely lady I'm about to introduce you to, where she was talking about the injustice that was done in her family member's life. But I'm going to let her tell you more about it. I got the one and only, she's a freedom fighter, Miss Sandra Wilder. How you doing, ma'am?
Just fine, and yourself.
Good. Glad to have you on the show.
I appreciate you inviting me.
All right, ma'am. Well, you can put your mic up close to yourself so people get to know more about who you are, because the studio audience is excited to know more about who you are. Miss Wilder, tell people about who is Sandra Wilder.
I'm born and raised here in South Carolina and self-employed. I own my own business.
Okay.
So it's a blessing.
Definitely. It is a blessing to be self-employed, to have your own business. But on a more serious note, we want to talk about the story of your family member that we want to discuss here today. Tell us more about the injustice that you experienced almost close to 12 years ago.
Yeah. It's my brother. He has a mental problem. And something happened from the time he left home and walked across the street to the store. And North Charleston Police was called. And then what they decided, after they got on the scene, there wasn't that many question asked. They just draw guns and walked across full highway. And as they walked, the traffic stopped because it got quite a few attention of people. And so family members, friends in the neighborhood came out. And once they saw it was my brother Asbury Wilder, and then they said to the policeman, we know Asbury, please don't shoot him. Let us call his family, and so that someone can come out here and make sure that y'all don't shoot Asbury. And they constantly asked the North Charleston policemen not to shoot him. They kept walking across the street. By that time, 4, 5, 6 policemen came. Everybody had their guns drawn, walking, and as he got to that building where they shot him, then they pepper sprayed him. And once they start pepper sprayed him, then he walked to a neighbor house who he had known. And then the person who he know came out and said, we know it. I mean, don't y'all do that, Asbury. I mean, let me talk to Asbury. Well, they refused to let the person who know Asbury talk to Asbury to kind of get the situation under control so he wouldn't lose his life. Well, the policeman didn't take that under consideration at all. So they kept walking with him, pepper spraying him. And as they kept walking and pepper spraying, the crowd grew bigger. And once the crowd grew bigger, then the people begged and pleaded, please don't shoot Asbury, because we know Asbury. They just decided, well, they're going to do whatever they wanted to do. So one officer came out and said, oh, I know Asbury, shoot the son of her. And then they pepper sprayed him some more. And when he got in the front of the building, one officer decided to shot him in his thigh. And then they pepper sprayed him some more. And then the other officer, because he got shot twice.
Okay.
One in his leg, upper thigh, and one in his bottom leg, where you could see on the pictures that I had on Facebook that he was shot twice. So once they shoot him, they decided, they pull out their blackjack, and then they constantly beat him in his head, chopped him wherever they felt that they could do. And the neighbors and the people, and then we had all nationality of people out there begging and pleading. It wasn't just one African American. And they did not, and refused to listen to anybody, so they just beat him to death. As they beat him, then some of the pictures that I have on Facebook, you can see where 2 or 3 of them holding him, stepping on his back. Then the other one kind of got his feet around his neck like to suffocate him. And then they just kept beating until he was really totally dead. It was nothing else he could do. And the people then, you know, just kept hollering and screaming, and the North Charleston Police just kept doing what they do. And to me, that was just an unreal situation, especially when you have so many people out there that was neighbors who know Asbury had a mental problem. And they refused to let the family member come to try to situate and talk to Asbury as to let us try to get him home. And if he had did something illegally or not illegal, get him to where he could settle himself down enough to we could control the situation, so he would not have had to lose his life the way they did. And now that it's been 12 years, and my mother, she's 89, soon be 89. She's not in age where she could come out and talk, and so when it came up for a family member to speak about Asbury, that is what I am doing.
Yes,
I did not appreciate the situation then, and I really and truly don't appreciate it now.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, like, you know, for me, my heart is out to your family, even though it's been 12 years ago. And from my understanding, it's still an open case.
Correct. It's in D.C., sitting on the United States Supreme Court stack of paperwork that they have there.
Wow. Now, for me, just the visual, that sounds like excessive force to me.
It was.
Now, for those who don't understand, you know, get an ideal situation. Pepper spray, I don't know about y'all, but being in the military 13 plus years, also working in the police department, I've been pepper sprayed before. That is not fun. Not fun, not cool, and you know, you hollering for Jesus real quick, because it takes really much the breath away from you. It's like heat that's coming to your face. If you ever been in the gas chamber in the military, it's like literally taking your breath and putting it to the side. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we say pepper spray with an S on it. And that's continuous pepper spray. Now, how pepper spray works, there's different levels of it. There's the foam, there's a regular liquid. Now, the foam is worse than the liquid. Foam is sort of like shampoo, put it in your face. And when that stuff burns, and it's say if it was hot outside, this is igniting, like someone putting fire in your face. And now you've been shot. So now a person's been shot, So now the body's hurting at the same time, plus my face is hurting, and whatever part of my body's been hurting at the same exact time. So you're trying to get the stuff off your face so you can function, and then at the same time trying to breathe. So, and if you ever been hit with a stick before, that's not fun, because you can kill somebody with it. So that is what we call excessive force. Now, anyone want to argue with me? Tell you right now, there's no protocol, any type of police manual that would tell you to go that level with it. If the suspect is down, is what you consider to be. But if you're saying that you went to that levels and you had those kind of things for being Supreme Court, we're just in faith with you that justice is served and that light is brought out, because I truly believe that when you've been done wrong and you have a good heart about yourself, because when she gave her testimony, she did not say, I wish the devil for the police officer. She did not mention one thing. She's trying to do justice, just like anybody else. Just like if that would have been a child, say 10 years old, getting pepper sprayed that long, gotten shot, probably been on every last CNN, NBC, all those kind of things, and wouldn't even talk about this story, but you're still fighting for it. So it's on the Supreme Court desk right now.
Well, not desk, but wherever they usually pack evidence and information that comes to them in D.C.
Gotcha.
It's been there the 4 years, within the 4 years, the time period to send it to the Supreme Court. And it's been there, so we have not heard anything from them. But being said, I think when it comes to the court system here in South Carolina, and it's just when they appoint the judge, and this went to the federal judge in downtown Charleston. We had juries, we had lawyers, and the judge decided to take it away from the jury and make the decision to let the policeman walk. To me, I thought that was very unfair and insensitive to my mother, for her to be in the court and listen as the officers testify on how they jumped on him, beat him, stepped on him, did whatever they see necessary to do. And then turn around, the judge sit up there and listen to the conversation, listen to the testimony of the officers, and then take that from the jury. I think I would maybe have felt better if the judge wasn't so insensitive to the family in the sense of taking it away from the jury. If he had let the jury make the decision, then I feel like I may have been a little bit better, not quite, but then give it to somebody to make decisions, you know.
Okay.
But when he did it, it was like he was going to do because he was a federal judge. And whatever the family accept or didn't accept, we had to deal with it.
Wow. So make sure I'm clear, because I'm just trying to get my idea of a court system and what the law of the land states. When an officer's indicted, we went past the grand jury state. Now we're in a federal court. You're supposed to be, like I said, speedy trial jurors that are there. So you're telling me a federal judge literally took that part out and made a decision to say, okay. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what was the officer's reasoning for the force given? That's the question I want to figure out.
Well, what they said in their statement was that when they had that pepper sprayed for 2.5 hours out in the street walking with them. For 2.5 hours they pepper sprayed them. So their statement, and when we went to court, was that he lanched at one of the officers, and then they decided that they would shoot. Well, when we went to court, then that officer who they had in the newspaper that said Asbury had hit him in the face and punched him. Well, the evidence didn't show that it was, they did the fiber. There was nothing to show that Asbury, with the knife or the screwdriver they said he had, was on the fiber on his clothes, on the police vest. And the scar that was in his face was from the officers, and they made this statement in the court. The officer made the statement that the scratch that was on the other officer's face was from them beating Asbury with the blackjack.
Wow.
And so the SLAD officer who came out at the time, I saw him in Orangeburg, and I said to him, you know, because he told me he was there, and my question was to him, I want you, when you get a chance, to go downtown, since you were the one that did the investigation, and look at the statement that the officers themselves said, and see if he could see where it was all right for those officers to walk, and still walking, and still shooting, still beating African American and other nationality of people. And the reason why these officers don't do what they do is because our elected official really needs to do what's right for the people who are electing them into office, and stop letting African Americans get beat and they all pick and choose what they want to talk about.
Wow. You know, for me, that's it's heartfelt. It's very much an injustice. But we're in faith with you. And we're in faith that, you know, God will bring justice to your family. I believe 2016, well, I know 2016 is the year turnaround and moving forward. And I believe when this story hits, that people are going to actually take a look at it a little bit more closely. Because I believe now the ones that were in power are coming off the active pedestal, and the ones that are in power are going to give you an opportunity to actually tell your story. Because right now, the people that were in power was overshadowing your situation, and they weren't trying to hear you during that time. Because during that time, 12 years ago, social media wasn't as powerful as it is now.
Is now, and I think Facebook, because
Facebook and those type of things now that you would see. Because a story like that, I guarantee everybody have their phones out, ready to record.
Yeah.
And they've been all uploaded, things like that. So now you're taking people's words, people took pictures. So I'm in faith with you that we're gonna do what we need to do. And I thank you for coming on the show.
And I appreciate you inviting me.
Oh yeah, I'm in faith. I'm in faith, and like I said, anyone who has a problem with it, hey, my information is there. I fight for justice. I fight for people. I don't sit there and be what we call a jellyback, as my wife always say. Don't be a jellyback type of leader where you got all this mouthing, but you don't bring the real issues to the table. This lady's in North Charleston, South Carolina. If I take the time out to hear her story, I want real stories, real issues. I want a real show. I want life-changing stuff. I don't want secondhand just trying to make it seem good. Oh yeah, you care about people. No, you don't. So tell people how to get in contact with you so we can fight for your brothers in justice. How do people get in contact with you?
Well, I am on Facebook, and I've had a lot of people who get on Facebook with me, and my Gmail is sandra.60@gmail.com, and I can give you my cell phone.
Oh, go ahead. Go with your phone. Go ahead.
It's area code 843-330-8763.
All right. Well, we thank you again. For those that want to know more, the information for us getting in contact with us, we'll contact you with Ms. Sandra Wilder. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are for the people. We're looking for life-changing. I think God, when he gives you authority, a power, he wants to use it for the right people, the right folks. And so I'm in belief, 2016, this story will come to a close where justice will be served. And see, for me, I'm not the kind of person that I want the chair for the office. I just want justice to be done because a life was taken. Wrong or indifferent, a life was taken. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Mr. Atterbury was a senator's son, a governor's son, vice president's son, or somebody of you would think of massive importance, them officers would be locked up right now. I'm being honest with you. You can say, Calvin, no, you lying. I'm telling you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the real facts about life. These kind of stories don't make it to the headlines just because you got to understand who's running the show. Who has the power? You're not going to, this story didn't make CNN. Why? MSNBC, why? Why did he make these stories and make it there yet? Because the people that's in power don't want these stories to be leaked out. But I'm going to leak it out, okay? So for those that are watching, my name is Calvin Logan with the Logan Power Show. We are here for you, the people, and we love y'all, and we'll see you on next week.
Good. What's up, boy? Ain't nothing, man. Just working on this new track. Coming from choir rehearsal. I thought you were supposed to be coming to choir rehearsal, man. Last night was crazy, Cam. Come on, man. I apologize for that, man. How was it? Word, man. Awesome. Working on this new track, man. Fully committed, bro. It's gonna be hard, man. I need you to be in that, yo. And I ain't where I need to be right now, bro. Come on, man. Man, I can't do it right now, man. You ain't where you used to be, though. We can be fully committed to this thing, man. I feel you, man, but I'm out here, man. I'm out here. 'Cause I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. 'Cause I'm fully committed. You wonder why you don't see me no more. Hanging out on late nights in the clubs and the liquor stores. Talking to this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl. Knowing that this girl, that girl, this girl, that girl is of this world. Lord, I don't wanna be a lukewarm saint. I don't wanna be something I know I ain't. Create in me a clean heart and everything that's not like you set apart. And I'll do whatever you want me to do. 'Cause I know that you're gonna see me through. And I'll be just what you want me to be. And if that's committed, then Lord, I'll be fully. You wonder why I don't ever worry about a thing. I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. And I told the Lord, none of the world gon' ever make me stray. I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. You wonder why you don't see me out in these clubs no more. 'Cause I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. Because the Lord changed my life and I wanna go no more. 'Cause I'm fully committed. I'm feeling for Jesus so they can just say I'm an addict. Addicted to Bibles, that scripture, I just got to have it. If I don't get a taste of the word every day, then I might have a withdrawal. Then when my son is shiver and shake every time I hear your name called. And the last time I read that word, I almost had to shed a tear. And Jesus, that book should get you off the other year. I believe that, and you told me I changed and I see that. Thank you, Jesus, for the feedback. Now give me my Bible, let me kick back. 'Cause it's time for me to read scriptures. They be picking me up, they my lifters. When I'm down and broke, they my fixers. They be gearing me up, they my shifters, my misters. I'm fully committed and now I serve a life sentence. Ain't talking about prison, but I'm talking about eternal living. You wonder why I don't ever worry about a thing. I'm fully committed. I'm fully committed. And I told the Lord, none in the world gon' ever
Jam Vibes Radio, the jazzful connection for all the people, playing your favorite music and talk 24